Seriously? This is what we're doing?
Hey kids, do you want to go watch the Borderlands movie tonight? Starring Jack Black and Kevin Hart?
No? You don't want to watch Borderlands?
Or instead, we can stay at home and watch an episode of the vintage Benny Hill show, or even better yet, Paul Hogan from Down Under. Whoa. And I'll tell you what, my fellow Australians, I have no idea where they actually filmed this movie, but let's check out the overall ratings on RottenTomatoes.com. Oh my god! This can't be right. 6% based on 72 reviews. This only means one thing. This movie smells like my last fart. Absolutely shockingly bad.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go. Come again. Don't worry, baby, I'm coming.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come.
Are you coming?
Kind of busy right now.
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
This is the greatest show I've seen in my life.
Duke Nukem likes this guy.
Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
So here we go, folks. Another fun-packed, fun-bagged Friday evening with yours truly locked away in his room because he's been a bad, bad boy, to quote Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. Great song, huh? But here we go, man. This is absolutely hysterical. When I saw the trailer for Borderlands, I thought, you know what? This looks like a fun movie. The visuals look great. Everything looks like it's on point. The reviews started dropping online, and I tell you what, they were not holding back. Ouch.
Fan service is a lot of things. So if you play the games, you're going to be like, oh, I remember that mask, and that kind of stuff. But what really lets this movie down is everything. It is the story, it is the cast, it is the acting, it's the execution, it's everything going forward, right to the ending. It's so formulaic. It's absolutely disgusting, this movie to me. And I don't like saying such a thing. I cannot believe this was made as badly as it was. And I like the actors and actresses. We gotta talk. You can talk about them, and I'll chime in.
I like the fact that Johnny had to say actors and actresses. The guy's pretty based, actually, even though he kind of holds those opinions to himself. But yeah, that was Tiny Tina. Look, Cate Blanchett, she's my all-time favorite actress, probably ahead of Michelle Pfeiffer. But when I think of the character of Lilith, she's not who comes to mind. I think the last time Cate Blanchett was extremely hot was Thor Ragnarok. And Ragnarok, yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm leaving it in the video because that movie was absolutely atrocious. Remember the Valkyrie that we got, Miss Tessa Thompson? Because Waika Waititi obviously had a thing for her, and I don't know what opticians he was going to, but the man needs to get his eyes examined. And of course, we got a very disinterested Kevin Hart here, who I want to come to in a minute as well. But let's check out the reviews on the Borderlands movie, because I tell you what, this is pretty horrifying. Look at this. 73, but they're highlighting the top 4. Sir Justin Clark of Slant Magazine, the film makes mind-boggling choices for an adaptation of a game series so inseparable from its obnoxiously rough and tumble tone, characters and humor. Donald Clark of the Irish Times, console junkies will find themselves involuntarily hammering an imaginary Xbox button or an X button in the hope of getting back to the gameplay. No good, you suck with its wacko BS. But mind you, the audience reviews differ somewhat slightly. Hilarious, especially with Tina and Claptrap, played by the very annoying Jack Black, who right now is still cancelled for saying some ill-advised remarks about President 45 in Australia. Claptrap blows doors down, says Brian, who is a checkmark apparently. And apparently Claptrap in the movie is very underwhelming. Jack Black, who is an avid gamer apparently, doesn't lend any credence or soul or humor to the voice. What's even more shocking about this movie, and I was hopeful when this was announced, because apparently this film was announced like what, maybe 6-9 years ago, but my god, look, oh no, Janina Gavankar, who was in a Star Wars game, she plays somebody called Nox. But do you know, when I look at this list here, why is Edgar Ramirez like the go-to bad guy? The guy is an absolute mediocre actor. He's not very good. And I don't see Handsome Jack in this list at all. Why did they leave the guy out? He's like an iconic villain in the Borderlands series. It's really quite telling. But Eli Roth, the man who gave us Hostel 1, which I absolutely love, and Thanksgiving, which I've not seen yet, but everybody tells me it's really, really good. And according to Jeremy Johns, the editing in the film is all over the place. In fact, it's a 12A. You have got to be joking. No. Mature 17 plus, blood, gore, intense violence, mature humor, strong language. So why are we not seeing that in the live action version? Because a lot of people have speculated there might have been an R-rated version, but the powers that be thought, oh no, we want it to appeal to all families across the universe. Families who are taking their 15 and over sons and daughters maybe to watch Deadpool and Wolverine, because you can do that sort of thing in America, and maybe Britain to a lesser extent. So I find that really strange that it would get downgraded in terms of the violence. And I wonder if that really pissed off Eli Roth, because I think he's a gamer as well when he's not filming, but it's a real shame. And again, if a movie's taking this long to actually get greenlit and approved by people at the big head honcho studios, then what on earth went wrong? This might become a documentary, folks, for another time. But I want to know where this film was shot, because jokingly I said at the beginning that this could be shot in Australia. Another name that sticks out right here is Steve Jablonsky, who does the music. I'm sure he got a nice big check out of it. And Check My American Viewers is spelled CHEQUE. But yeah, Mr. Jablonsky, Gears of War Judgment, Gears of War 3, the guy's an absolute legend, and I'm sure he was paid handsomely to do this absolute garbage of a movie some justice. People are saying Kevin Hart is the best thing in the film. I've not seen the film, so I can't agree or disagree, but Kevin Hart I just don't find funny. This clip kind of went semi-viral. You got to watch it to see it. It's actually pretty funny.
Pretty pumped up right now to meet you guys. Randy, you should tell them actually how big I am in person.
So in case you guys don't know who the white dude is Randy Pitchford. He's very infamous in the gaming industry. He's the head of Gearbox Studios, who these days is a magician apparently, because being a games developer head for Gearbox Studio is simply not enough. And he's got himself into some hot water in the last few years. If I talk about a thumb drive that they found on him while he was having dinner, and his excuse for what was on the thumb drive is pretty hilarious or nefarious, depending on your plain choice of thought. And also, he was in an allegation against the voice actor, the original actor for Claptrap. I mean, those original entries where you hear Claptrap and his amazing one-liners are so damn funny.
It's a great
I'm 6'3",
and yeah, they can get a good grasp of how much height I put on for this role right now.
Yeah, not much.
Dude, you are freaking awesome. Like, I don't like you don't understand. Like, you're a freaking action hero.
Thank you, man.
This is amazing watching you work.
Yeah, and apparently in the movie, Kevin Hart doesn't play it for laughs. He actually plays it like a mini darker version of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is what I've heard.
You know
You're
what?
blowing my mind.
I'm going to say I'll one up you. I'll say it's amazing for me to have the opportunity to portray him in that. You got no idea how much preparation I decided to put into this particular character in this role. You got no idea.
Yeah.
You got no idea.
I
You don't even
you're
know
right.
what's under this jacket.
OMG! It's metal!
You got no idea. My job is to come in, not only be prepared, but to shock. And I think right now this is what we're doing.
We are doing it.
I mean, Randy Pitchford has actually run the Borderlands franchise into the ground. If you read up about this man.
Place with it, so
wow, you're making me cry, man.
Oh no, you're making me cry. Give him a high five. Yeah. Nice bro hug there. I like that.
Introduce yourself to
a sign of unity. Always well on the film set.
I'll see you later.
High five. Give me a high five. Oh no. Oh no.
You'll know why later.
Take it easy, Kevin. Thanks, man.
The thing is, my dudes, if someone's going to give you a high five, look them in the eye, then go for it. Not, turn their back and they can't do it anymore. It's absolutely hysterical. And what more can I say in that one, folks? Just another dime, another day, another box office failure of a live-action video game movie that nobody was really excited for, but they thought maybe, just maybe, it could be so bad that it's cheesy that we might actually learn to love it in the future. Sadly, Borderlands 2024 is not that movie. And I did speculate maybe the sudden unpopularity of Jack Black might have something to do with it. Actually, it doesn't. Just the overall consensus from other video game outlets have all said the same thing. Okay, it's a preschooler's Guardians of the Galaxy coloring book. Okay, but the film, or rather the video game, is cel-shaded anyway. I said it's a 3. Holy shit, it's awful. Borderlands is a catastrophic disappointment that plays hacked to pieces studio slop. Or you mean like Ubi slop? Betraying everything fans adore about Gearbox's franchise. Well, you get what you pay for, don't you? I actually forgot to switch windows right there. So did you like that transition? Stop it. I wasn't talking about that kind of transition. I think what's going to happen, we're going to get an R-rated version that comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, and people might become interested in it. It might solve the why were those edits in the PG-13 version so erratically misplaced, but we'll just have to wait and find out and see. And I think this thing will barely even make a fart at the box office over the weekend. I predict the overall box office weekend for this movie will be $15 million, 1-5. And if it's anything above that, well, I might just have to shoot myself. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if I were you and if you were me, you might want to come back for the next video. Borderlands was shot in Budapest, Hungary, to represent its diverse and alien landscapes. Are we talking about immigration here, boys and girls? The movie was filmed using practical effects, CGI, amid the Hungarian capital, absolutely versatile locations. And he forgot to talk about Hungarian girls, because by golly, they are a dime a dozen, hooty wooty tooty booty.
Kung Fu hot dog must be stopped.